We've got a big project to share with you today.
We'll take you along as an HVAC system gets a full upgrade.
Today on PowerHouse, we'll explore the ins and outs of replacing your entire HVAC system.
We'll give an existing system a new start with detailed duct cleaning services.
And we'll talk about how to keep your baseboard heating system safe and efficient.
Megan, the action is heating up on this week's PowerHouse. We're here on location with the team from Novak Heating and Cooling for an HVAC replacement story. Upgrading your heating and cooling systems can be daunting. It's a big investment that comes with a list of concerns and decisions. Rob Wenzel from Novak Heating and Cooling is here to give us the answer. And Rob, let's start a little bit with the scope of this project. Bring us up to date on the scope of the project.
Yeah, so we're in a home with a customer that's wanting to replace their furnace and air conditioner and also the humidifier here. It's an older system, so we got our crew on site today. We're gonna come in here, we're gonna tear out this system, replace it with new and get them back up and running.
Is there a common reason, Rob, when a homeowner decides I need to replace my whole system?
Well, there's a lot of factors that go into that. A lot of times age is a consideration. When equipment gets to that 15 to 20 year mark, a lot of times it's kind of like an old car at that point. You know, you're just gonna start having more and more issues come up and you know, repair bills are gonna start getting more and more frequent and higher. And so a lot of times that's when we advise a customer, you know, hey, you should consider upgrading to something newer. Another consideration to that would also be efficiency. You know, a lot of times newer equipment, especially compared to a lot of this older equipment, is much more efficient, much quieter, and it's going to give you a lot more comfort throughout your house and lower your utility bills in the process.
Now, having to replace a whole system, you wouldn't want that to happen unexpectedly. That would not be a good thing. So are there things that homeowners that we should be watching for so we don't have that big unexpected change?
Yeah, one of the big ones is just routine maintenance. A lot of times your technician is going to be able to advise you on how your system's performing. If there are issues that could come up, kind of prevent that, you know, in the middle of winter breakdown or midsummer breakdown. But a lot of times we can prevent that way. The other factor would just be, I mean, you can consider the age of the system, as well as if you start hearing a lot of noises or you see your utility bill starting to add up. Those could be some ideas you could look for as well.
Now, I know your team had a discussion with the homeowner here as you got into this process. Give us a little in terms of what that was like.
Yeah, so we're gonna sit down. Every home is different and every home is unique, and every homeowner as well is, and we wanna make sure that we fit the right system for each home. So we're gonna look at not only efficiency, but sizing as well as comfort. You know, do we need a little more humidity in your home to make the air a little bit more comfortable? We have air purification products as well that can help with that, and filtration products, sizing, staging, zoning. There's a lot of variables that we can look at for customers.
Now I know here you're doing the whole thing. You're doing the furnace, the air conditioner, inline humidifier. Again, that you're taking that into the whole process with this homeowner.
Yep, as you can see here, it's a pretty old humidifier that they have on there, so upgrading that to a newer system that's gonna operate a little bit better. And then, with the age, the outdoor unit is pretty old as well, plus this old indoor unit. We're gonna get this out of here and do the whole thing at once.
Some expectations for the homeowner. I mean, again, it's gonna be, we always talk on PowerHouse, comfort, but energy efficiency and quieter too, right?
Yeah, quieter, and this is usually a one-day process. We're gonna be able to walk through and get everything tore out of here and get this all replaced, you know, hopefully within, you know, about a 6 to 8 hour time frame with our crew and get them back up and running.
Now, I know every project is different, but can you kind of ballpark, because this is a whole system with the furnace, the air conditioner, the inline, can you kind of ballpark a little bit in terms of cost for a system like this?
Yeah, that's a big question because there's a lot of contributing factors to that. sizing, location, what challenges, and we look at each system and price each one individually. But in general, depending on the home, you could spend anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 or even more on a new system, depending on what features you get, what size it is. So it's a pretty broad range. Most companies like us, we offer free estimates. So a lot of times we advise customers to go out and get a couple estimates and see what options are out there and what the different prices look like.
Thanks for the overview, Rob. And stay with us now, because we're going to be with Rob's crew as they do the tear out and replacement and get this homeowner back to more efficient heating and cooling. We'll be right back. Did you know Americans on average spend approximately 90% of their time indoors, where the concentrations of some pollutants are often 2 to 5 times higher than typical outdoor concentrations? We're back with Rob Wenzel from Novak Heating and Cooling. And Rob, your team has been busy this morning. Take us through what they've been doing inside and outside.
Yeah, so outside we reclaimed all the refrigerant out of the air conditioner, started getting that part disconnected, and then our guys got down here and started ripping out this old furnace and taking apart a lot of the old ductwork and cutting all the PVC and gas piping and electrical loose.
And bringing in the new equipment.
Bringing in the new system, yeah, getting ready to go. So they're gonna go ahead and kind of continue this cleanup process. A lot of times underneath the furnace, there's a lot of garbage and things that you just never get to see until we tear it out. So we're gonna get that nice and clean. We're gonna clean up the metal work, and then we're gonna start getting this in place. We'll start fabricating new ductwork and figuring out kind of the real tricky spot as far as how we reconnect everything and put it all back together.
And here for this replacement process, you're going to get it all done today, right?
Yeah, we're going to get it all done today, but this is kind of the component that takes just a little bit of time. We have to figure out how to make a system that's different size, fit, in this existing home with the different ductwork, and how we're going to make that all work and make it work efficiently.
And again, that's the key in terms of the ductwork and the efficiency that comes with this, right?
Yeah, newer equipment, it's very technical. We want to make sure we dial everything in correctly. So that means airflow, gas pressure, make sure all the wiring is done correctly. There's just a lot of factors we want to make sure are right on, so this system's going to last a long time.
Well, it's neat for us, Rob, to be here through the process. We'll let your guys continue to do, and then we'll come back and check in again.
Sounds great.
Well, Rob, your team's been hard at work. The new items are in place. Walk us through the startup and the inspection process now.
Yeah, thanks. So the guys are just starting to wrap up and clean up here. Next steps are we're gonna go through and turn the power onto the system. We're gonna give it a call for heating, and then Adam here is gonna get down in there and he's gonna check the gas pressure, make sure that comes on correctly. He's gonna check blower speeds, make sure we have the right amount of air flowing through the system. He's going to check the drain, make sure all the moisture is coming out properly. He's going to check all the PVC fittings and everything we've done to make sure there's no leaks. He's going to kind of double check his electrical connections in that process as well. And then make sure everything's started up and running properly for us.
As you fire up this new system, will there be a smell coming off the new equipment?
Yeah, so, furnaces during the manufacturing process, they get a little bit of oil and stuff on them just from the way they're built. So when we fire that thing up, it's probably going to give off just a little bit of smoke and a little bit of odor. It usually goes away after a day or so, but sometimes it'll set off the smoke alarms.
And that's not unusual.
That's pretty common. Yeah. It usually means it's the end of the day for us.
It's a new system, so for the homeowner, a learning curve. Is there much learning in terms of to operate and maintain it?
Yeah, I mean, just like any piece of equipment, we recommend routine maintenance on this just to make sure everything's running properly. But we're going to walk through the system with the customer and kind of explain how it operates, what to expect out of that new equipment, you know, some advice on maybe how to change the filter, you know, how that's done properly. With this system, we have the new humidifier on there. There's a pad that goes inside that, and that needs to get changed out yearly as well.
So not too much of a learning curve in terms of understanding, but they need to be aware of some things like that.
Yeah, I mean, just important things to watch for, and especially air filters, we want to make sure those stay clean and change regularly.
What can the homeowner expect in terms of the system performance and efficiency?
Well, it just depends on what we pulled out. You know, this system was older and a little less efficient. You know, the new system here is, you know, 96.5% efficient. So this new stuff is much higher in efficiency, which means, you know, you should see quite a bit of reduction in your utility bills.
And that's always a good thing here on PowerHouse. And I imagine much quieter. I know the homeowner said the old one was noisy.
Yeah, those old Pulses were pretty noisy units, but yeah, these new ones, the blowers are much more efficient. They just move the air a lot smoother through your home. Even the burner cabinet, when that comes on, it's a little noisier, but once we put that door on, it makes it real nice and quiet, and really drops that noise level down for you.
Well, the energy efficiency and the comfort level for the homeowner will certainly be appreciated with your new system.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have this for many years to come.
Rob, this has been a great overview, especially for anyone who might be anticipating an HVAC upgrade in their near future. Thanks for letting us tag along. And if you'd like more information about assessing the condition or the efficiency of the HVAC in your PowerHouse, visit our website at powerhousetv.com.
According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, the ideal relative humidity for a home is between 30 and 50%. There's a component within our heating and cooling system which falls into the category of out of sight, out of mind, and that's the ductwork. But the ductwork should not be neglected for health, comfort, and financial reasons. Our friend Rob Wenzel from Novak Heating and Cooling is here with some of his crew to clean the ducts in this house today. Let's go downstairs and meet up with him. So Rob, why is it so important that people keep these ducts clean?
Sure. So your duct system is kind of the lungs of your home. That all your airflow is going through your duct system throughout your entire house. So over time, as dust and contaminants build up in that duct system, that's just going to be the air that you're breathing in your house. Your filter catches some of that, but your duct system accumulates a lot over time as well. And if we can get that cleaned out for you, it's just going to create a healthy environment for you to breathe in.
Well, I think let's talk about that healthy environment, right? What is the difference between dirty ducts and clean ducts?
Yeah, so dirty ductwork is not going to allow the airflow to work properly. It's going to accumulate dirt and stuff over time. Clean ductwork is going to be free of those contaminants for you. It's going to allow that air to flow better.
So what can a homeowner expect to see once this process is done?
Yeah, so typically people notice a reduction in dust around their home just because we have the ductwork cleaned out so well. It's going to be a little healthier air to breathe as well. Again, just because we're mitigating and removing all those contaminants and dust and particulate that's in your duct system, people notice a little fresher smell to the home as well sometimes.
I love all those things. That's nothing to sneeze at.
No, not
right?
at all.
So let's talk about efficiency, because that's what we're all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you have dirty ductwork, it makes it a little more difficult for the air to move through that duct system. You know, when we have a smooth metal surface, air can glide across that. When it's full of dust and particulate, it's kind of like driving a boat across water. When the water's smooth, the boat can glide across. When it's real choppy and rough, it's slower. Air does the same thing in this situation. When it's moving across dust, it's harder to move the air. So in turn, it's going to make your equipment work harder to get the air into your home where it needs to, reducing the life of your system and equipment and putting a strain on it. So not only is it a air quality improvement, but it's an improvement in efficiency for your equipment to work better.
Absolutely. So walk us through the steps here inside.
Yeah, so first thing we're going to do is we connect our main vacuum hose to the system. Right now we have that connected onto the supply side of our ductwork. We have a metal pan here that we're going to put in the filter cabinet to kind of prevent the air from pulling from both sides. Once we do that, we're going to go through the home, we're going to block off all the registers. That's going to create a nice strong vacuum in the duct system. After that, we have a few holes that we're going to pop in the ductwork down here, and we have a skipper hose that we send down that ductwork, and that's going to bounce around, make a bunch of noise. It's going to break up anything that's stuck inside that ductwork for you. And as we're going through there this entire time, all that ductwork, all the dust and contaminants, it's all getting sucked into our vacuum and right out into our truck outside.
Explain how that skipper hose works.
Yeah, so it's using compressed air, and it has air jets that go out the back of it, and that's just, it's creating it kind of like the guy you see outside of the car dealership flopping around. It's doing that inside your ductwork. It's just going to bounce around, and it's a metal ball, so it's going to kind of bang against the sides of the duct and just break that stuff up for you, but it's always shooting air backwards towards that vacuum.
Okay. And how long does this process take?
It really depends on the size of home. Whether it's a ranch or a two-story, finished basements can be a factor. Where the ductwork's located, some ductwork's in the attic. So depending on that, it kind of makes a factor of how long it takes. Generally, we see typical duct cleanings take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, but sometimes a little bit more for larger homes.
Well, I think the ductwork here has been done before. How often should a homeowner have it done?
It really depends on the home. Someone with a lot of pets may want to do it more often because pets create dander and dust, and or if you have a lot of people in your home, if you burn a lot of candles, if you're on a gravel road, might be reasons you would get it done more often. Typically, people do it every few years, but some people do it yearly.
And if you have some remodeling projects, stuff like that, I know how bad drywall dust is.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you're doing a remodel project where you're creating dust, cutting wood, drywall especially, that dust kind of goes everywhere. Yeah, we definitely recommend it after a remodel project. We have a lot of customers that do that regularly.
Now, this would be a difficult question to answer specifically, but can you give us a price range that homeowners could expect to pay for this service?
Yeah, it kind of depends on location and other factors, and we always give estimates for people that would like them. But typically it's around $400 to $500 for kind of the initial setup, and typically the first 10 registers or so. We go off of the number of registers in the home, so depending on how many you have would go from there. But most homes are anywhere from the $500 to $700 range for a typical mid-size home.
And would some of those other variables impact the price as well, like if it's a single or a two-story home?
No, not for us. Once we're connected to the duct system, you know, it might take us a little longer, but typically the number of registers kind of offset that, and so that works for us either way. But there are additional add-ons that some people like to have, like a dryer vent cleaning while we're there, and that can be an extra cost if they'd like to have that done.
Great, and once the truck's there, you could service the whole house.
Exactly. Yeah, and when we connect to the duct system, we do the entire home, the whole duct system. We don't do a part of it. Whenever you have this done, you want to make sure to do the entire system.
How long does this process take?
So a typical duct cleaning is going to be anywhere from 3 to 4 hours on average, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little bit more.
Again, those variables would come into play.
Yeah, it just depends on the layout of the home, the amount of duct work, how close we can get our truck to the home, because we do have to, we have to run that vacuum home from the hose from the outside here to the inside of the house, and sometimes that takes a little bit of work to set up.
Rob, you've always got great information. I can't thank you enough for being with us.
Yeah, happy, anytime.
If you'd like more tips on keeping your home energy efficient, visit our website, powerhousetv.com.
Efficiency ratings for heating and cooling systems are measured by the Seasonal Energy Efficiency Ratio, or SEER. The higher the SEER, the more efficient the system.
When it comes to heating, not all systems are created equal. Instead of a full-scale furnace for heating, some homes have baseboard heating systems.
While these systems are sleek and compact and don't require a lot of routine maintenance, they aren't the most efficient.
If you're not in a position to upgrade your baseboard heat to a more efficient system, like an air source heat pump or a mini split, We have some tips to help you make your baseboard heating as cost-effective and safe as it can be.
The units operate more safely and effectively when they are kept clear of furniture, curtains, and electrical cords. This allows the heat to move freely through the room without the danger of overheating fabrics, cords, or wood features.
Maximize the heat output of the units by keeping them clean. Remove dust and dirt periodically to avoid excess energy consumption while the unit is working. The fins of the heater should be kept free of dust and debris with frequent routine cleaning.
Set your thermostat to about 68 degrees Fahrenheit when you're home and about 60 when you're away or sleeping. This way the heater meets your needs but doesn't run when you don't need it. Lowering the set temperature by 1 degree can save about 2% on heating costs.
Consider installing baseboard heat covers over your unit for safety and efficiency. The covers prevent heat loss and assist in providing a better temperature distribution around the room.
Making the most of the options we have available means we can keep our homes comfortable and save energy dollars at the same time.
Visit PowerHouseTV.com for more energy-efficient tips and heating options for your PowerHouse. A 1,000 to 2,000 square foot home typically has 150 linear feet of ductwork. A 2,000 to 3,500 square foot home may have 250 linear feet. We shined a spotlight on your home's mechanicals on this week's PowerHouse.
We discussed tips and signs for knowing when your heating and cooling system needs replacing.
We followed along as a home's entire system was upgraded.
We explored the importance of duct cleaning and the longevity of your heating and cooling units.
And we touched base with baseboard heating tips and recommendations.
Megan, it was truly an episode to warm your heart and your home on this week's PowerHouse.